No badges. No stripes. No introduction. Just a woman walking into a secured hangar like she belonged. And when the colonel turned, his voice dropped. Stand up. That's not just anyone. That's the reason we're alive. From which city in the world are you watching this video today? If this story intrigues you, subscribe for more untold tales of those who serve in ways we never see. The worn steel doors of Hangar 7 at Ramstein Air Base swung open with the mechanical precision that characterized all military installations, admitting a figure whose civilian attire seemed completely incongruous with the high-security environment where classified aircraft maintenance operations required personnel to possess specialized clearances and documented authorization for accessing areas where sensitive military technology was routinely serviced and prepared for deployment to operational theaters worldwide. At 1,430 hours, the hangar was populated by experienced aircraft technicians and engineering specialists whose attention was focused entirely on the complex maintenance procedures that kept America's most advanced reconnaissance aircraft operational and mission-ready for intelligence-gathering operations that required absolute reliability and technical perfection. To most of the personnel working within the secured perimeter of Hangar 7, the woman who entered without fanfare or military escort appeared to be exactly what her casual business attire suggested. Perhaps a civilian contractor or administrative personnel whose presence in restricted areas indicated routine business that required minimal attention from technical specialists whose responsibilities involved maintaining aircraft systems that could not tolerate interruption or distraction during critical maintenance procedures. Her simple navy blazer and professional demeanor gave no indication of the extraordinary background and classified achievements that had earned her access to facilities where even senior military officers required specific authorization and escort procedures to ensure operational security was maintained at all times. The maintenance crews working on the State Route 71 Blackbird reconnaissance aircraft continued their systematic inspection procedures without acknowledging her presence. Their attention focused entirely on the complex systems that required absolute precision during service intervals that determined whether multi-million-dollar aircraft would perform reliably during missions where equipment failure could compromise national security objectives and endanger personnel operating in hostile environments, where rescue operations might not be possible. Staff Sergeant Michael Torres was conducting final systems checks on the aircraft's advanced surveillance equipment when the woman entered the hangar, his concentration completely absorbed by technical procedures that required documented verification of every component's operational status before the aircraft could be certified for deployment to reconnaissance missions that provided critical intelligence for ongoing military operations. To him, as to most personnel in the facility, civilian presence in restricted areas represented routine administrative activity that required no acknowledgement or attention from technical specialists whose expertise was essential for maintaining operational readiness. Hydraulic systems showing green across the board, Torres reported to his supervisor while completing inspection protocols that had been refined through decades of experience with aircraft whose complexity demanded absolute attention to detail and systematic verification of every operational parameter before mission certification could be granted. Master Sergeant Jennifer Walsh was reviewing maintenance documentation that recorded every procedure performed on aircraft systems. Her attention focused on ensuring that all technical requirements had been completed according to specifications that left no margin for error in environments where equipment reliability determined mission success and personnel safety during operations conducted in conditions that offered no opportunity for mechanical assistance or emergency repair procedures. The woman's footsteps echoed softly across the polished concrete floor of the hangar as she moved with quiet confidence toward the aircraft, her civilian appearance creating subtle cognitive dissonance among military personnel who had grown accustomed to the clear hierarchy and identification systems that characterized all aspects of military operations and distinguished between authorized personnel and visitors whose presence required explanation and supervision. Technical Sergeant Robert Kim was calibrating navigation systems that required precise alignment with satellite communication networks, his attention completely absorbed by procedures that demanded absolute accuracy and could not tolerate interruption from administrative activities or routine personnel movement that might compromise the delicate instruments whose performance was essential for mission success in operational environments where navigation errors could prove fatal. Navigation calibration complete. All systems nominal. Kim reported while documenting technical procedures that would be reviewed by multiple supervisors before aircraft certification could be granted for deployment to missions that required absolute reliability and precision performance under conditions that tested every aspect of aircraft design and maintenance quality. Lieutenant Colonel David Harrison emerged from the aircraft maintenance office carrying classified briefing materials that outline mission parameters and technical requirements for upcoming reconnaissance operations. His attention initially focused on operational planning details that required coordination between maintenance personnel and flight crews whose combined expertise determined whether complex missions could be completed successfully without compromising aircraft or personnel safety. Colonel Harrison's gaze passed over the woman's position without initial recognition, his mind occupied with strategic planning considerations and technical assessments that demanded complete concentration and could not be interrupted by routine administrative activities or personnel movement that characterized normal hangar operations during aircraft preparation procedures. Torres, what's the status on avionics integration? Harrison inquired while reviewing technical documentation that verified all aircraft systems had been properly maintained and tested according to specifications that ensured operational reliability during missions where equipment failure could compromise national security objectives and endanger personnel operating in hostile territory. The woman continued her measured progress across the hangar floor, her civilian attire and quiet demeanor maintaining the anonymous presence that had characterized her approach to most professional situations where her extraordinary background and classified achievements remained hidden beneath routine appearances that gave no indication of the technical expertise and operational experience that had earned her recognition at the highest levels of military and intelligence operations. But as Colonel Harrison completed his review of maintenance documentation and turned his attention toward the aircraft, where final preparation procedures were being conducted, something about the woman's presence triggered recognition patterns that connected current observation with memories from classified operations where her technical expertise and operational leadership had proven decisive for mission success under conditions that tested every aspect of military capability and strategic planning. Harrison's routine assessment of hangar activities suddenly focused with laser intensity on the civilian figure whose presence had initially seemed unremarkable, but now triggered immediate recognition of someone whose contributions to military operations had been classified at levels that prevented public acknowledgement, but whose technical innovations and operational leadership had saved countless lives and achieved strategic objectives that would have been impossible without her unique expertise and dedication. Attention in the hangar, Harrison announced with commanding authority that immediately captured the complete attention of every person within the facility, his voice carrying the gravity that characterized announcements of exceptional importance requiring immediate compliance from all personnel regardless of their current assignments or operational responsibilities. The entire hangar fell silent as experienced military personnel stopped their activities and focused their attention on Colonel Harrison, understanding that such announcements typically involved matters of extraordinary significance that transcended routine operational procedures and demanded complete attention from everyone present regardless of rank or technical specialty. All personnel, stand to attention, Harrison continued, his voice filled with respect and recognition that indicated the presence of someone whose achievements and contributions warranted formal military courtesy despite civilian attire that might have suggested routine administrative status to personnel unfamiliar with her background and classified service record. The response was immediate and universal. Every person in Hangar 7, from senior non-commissioned officers with decades of military experience to junior technicians just beginning their careers in aircraft maintenance, came to attention with precision that reflected their recognition that Colonel Harrison's directive indicated the presence of someone whose achievements and contributions had earned exceptional respect within military communities. Staff Sergeant Torres stopped his systems check immediately and assumed the position of attention, his expression showing curiosity about the civilian presence that had prompted such extraordinary recognition from senior leadership. Master Sergeant Walsh stepped away from her documentation review and stood at attention, her experience with military protocol indicating that such formal courtesy was reserved for individuals whose contributions had achieved legendary status within military operations. Technical Sergeant Kim completed his navigation calibration procedure and joined his colleagues at attention, understanding that Colonel Harrison's announcement indicated they were in the presence of someone whose background and achievements warranted formal military recognition despite civilian appearance that might have initially suggested routine administrative activity. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Harrison continued, his voice carrying deep respect and appreciation that reflected personal knowledge of achievements and contributions that had remained classified, but whose impact on military operations had been profound and lasting. You are in the presence of Dr. Catherine Reynolds, Chief Architect of the stealth technology that makes our reconnaissance missions possible. The announcement created immediate transformation in how every person in the hangar viewed the woman whose civilian appearance had initially suggested routine administrative presence, but whose technical innovations and classified contributions had revolutionized military aviation and enabled reconnaissance capabilities that provided strategic advantages in operations worldwide. Dr. Reynolds acknowledged the recognition with characteristic modesty, her demeanor reflecting the quiet professionalism that had characterized her approach to technical challenges and operational requirements throughout her career in developing technologies that pushed the boundaries of what was possible in military aviation and strategic reconnaissance capabilities. Dr. Reynolds designed the radar-absorbing materials and electronic countermeasures that allow our aircraft to operate undetected in hostile airspace. Harrison explained to personnel whose daily work involved maintaining systems whose revolutionary capabilities they had never fully understood or appreciated until this moment of recognition and revelation. Staff Sergeant Torres realized that the aircraft systems he had been maintaining represented technology developed by the civilian woman whose presence he had initially dismissed as routine administrative activity. Her technical innovations enabling reconnaissance operations that provided critical intelligence for military operations worldwide, while keeping aircrew and aircraft safe from enemy detection and engagement. Master Sergeant Walsh understood that the maintenance procedures she supervised were designed to preserve the operational capability of aircraft whose stealth technology had been developed through Dr. Reynolds's technical expertise and innovative engineering that had overcome challenges previously considered impossible by conventional military aviation standards. Technical Sergeant Kim recognized that the navigation systems he calibrated were integrated with stealth technology that enabled aircraft to operate in hostile territory without detection, the civilian woman's technical innovations providing capabilities that protected personnel and aircraft during reconnaissance missions conducted in the world's most dangerous operational environments. Dr. Reynolds' stealth technology has enabled over 3,000 reconnaissance missions without a single aircraft lost to enemy action. Colonel Harrison continued, providing context that helped military personnel understand the strategic significance and operational impact of technical innovations that had been developed by someone whose civilian appearance gave no indication of her extraordinary contributions to military capability and national security. Dr. Reynolds stepped forward to address the assembled personnel, her voice carrying the quiet authority that characterized technical experts whose innovations had proven themselves under the most demanding operational conditions and whose continued involvement in military operations reflected commitment to supporting personnel whose lives depended on the reliability and effectiveness of advanced technology. The work you do maintaining these aircraft systems is essential for ensuring that the technology performs reliably when aircrew are operating in hostile environments. Dr. Reynolds explained to personnel whose technical expertise and attention to detail determined whether her innovations would function properly during missions where equipment failure could prove fatal for aircrew and compromise critical intelligence gathering operations. Staff Sergeant Torres found himself face-to-face with the person whose technical innovations had created the aircraft systems he maintained daily, her presence transforming routine maintenance procedures into direct participation in protecting aircrew and enabling reconnaissance operations that provided strategic intelligence for military planning and operational success. Ma'am, if you don't mind me asking, how did you develop technology that makes aircraft invisible to radar? Torres inquired with genuine curiosity about technical innovations that had seemed almost magical to maintenance personnel who worked with stealth systems without fully understanding the scientific principles and engineering challenges that had been overcome to create such extraordinary capabilities. Dr. Reynolds's explanation provided insight into the technical challenges and innovative solutions that had been required to develop radar-absorbing materials and electronic countermeasures that could defeat enemy detection systems while maintaining aircraft performance and operational reliability under conditions that tested every aspect of engineering design and materials science. Stealth technology involves understanding how electromagnetic radiation interacts with aircraft surfaces and developing materials that absorb rather than reflect radar signals. Dr. Reynolds explained with the clear communication style that characterized educators whose technical expertise could be adapted to audiences with different levels of scientific background and operational experience. Master Sergeant Walsh asked about maintenance procedures that preserved stealth capabilities, understanding that her supervision of aircraft service operations directly impacted the effectiveness of technology that protected aircrew during reconnaissance missions conducted in hostile territory where enemy air defenses represented constant threats to personnel and aircraft. The maintenance procedures you follow are critical for preserving the integrity of radar-absorbing materials and ensuring that stealth technology continues to function properly throughout aircraft operational life, Dr. Reynolds explained, providing context that helped maintenance personnel understand how their technical expertise contributed directly to operational success and personnel safety during reconnaissance missions. Technical Sergeant Kim inquired about integration between navigation systems and stealth technology, recognizing that his calibration procedures affected aircraft capability to operate undetected while maintaining precision navigation and communication with mission control during reconnaissance operations conducted in electronic warfare environments. Dr. Reynolds's technical discussion provided comprehensive understanding of how stealth technology integrated with all aircraft systems to create reconnaissance capabilities that exceeded anything previously possible in military aviation, her innovations enabling operations that provided strategic intelligence while protecting aircrew from enemy detection and engagement. Colonel Harrison observed the interaction between Dr. Reynolds and maintenance personnel with obvious satisfaction, understanding that direct communication between technology developers and operational personnel created mutual appreciation and technical understanding that enhanced both system reliability and operational effectiveness during reconnaissance missions. Dr. Reynolds visits our maintenance facilities regularly to ensure that her technology continues to meet operational requirements and to identify potential improvements based on field experience and technical feedback from personnel who work with stealth systems daily. Harrison explained to personnel whose technical expertise and operational experience provided valuable input for continued technology development and system improvement. The conversation continued for over an hour as Dr. Reynolds answered technical questions and provided insights into stealth technology development that enhanced maintenance personnel's understanding of systems whose complexity and revolutionary capabilities they had maintained without fully appreciating the scientific innovations and engineering challenges that had been overcome to create such extraordinary military capabilities. Staff Sergeant Torres expressed appreciation for Dr. Reynolds's willingness to explain technical details and answer questions about stealth technology, understanding that direct communication with technology developers provided knowledge that enhanced his ability to maintain aircraft systems and contribute to operational success during reconnaissance missions. Master Sergeant Walsh thanked Dr. Reynolds for providing context about how maintenance procedures affected stealth capabilities, recognizing that her supervision of aircraft service operations had greater significance and responsibility than she had previously understood when viewed in terms of protecting aircrew and enabling critical intelligence gathering operations. Technical Sergeant Kim acknowledged Dr. Reynolds's explanation of system integration, understanding that his navigation calibration procedures were part of comprehensive stealth technology that required precision maintenance and technical expertise to ensure continued operational effectiveness during reconnaissance missions conducted in hostile environments. 3 hours later, Dr. Reynolds prepared to leave Hangar 7 after completing technical consultations and personnel interactions that had enhanced mutual understanding between technology developers and operational personnel, whose combined expertise ensured that stealth technology continued to provide strategic advantages for reconnaissance operations worldwide. The maintenance personnel who had initially viewed her as routine civilian presence now understood that they were working with technology developed by someone whose innovations had revolutionized military aviation and enabled reconnaissance capabilities that provided critical intelligence while protecting aircrew during operations conducted in the world's most dangerous environments. Dr. Reynolds, thank you for taking time to explain stealth technology and answer our questions. Staff Sergeant Torres said with genuine appreciation for educational interaction that had enhanced his understanding of aircraft systems and his appreciation for the technical innovations that made reconnaissance operations possible without aircraft losses to enemy action. Master Sergeant Walsh expressed gratitude for technical insights that had improved her understanding of maintenance procedures and their impact on operational effectiveness. Recognizing that her supervision of aircraft service operations contributed directly to national security through preservation of stealth capabilities that protected personnel and enabled critical intelligence gathering operations. Technical Sergeant Kim thanked Dr. Reynolds for explaining system integration principles that enhanced his appreciation for navigation calibration procedures and their role in comprehensive stealth technology that required precision maintenance to ensure continued operational reliability during reconnaissance missions conducted in electronic warfare environments. Colonel Harrison accompanied Dr. Reynolds as she prepared to leave the facility. Their conversation focused on operational feedback and technical improvements that could enhance stealth technology performance based on field experience and maintenance personnel observations about system reliability and operational effectiveness during reconnaissance missions. Dr. Reynolds, your willingness to interact directly with maintenance personnel creates mutual understanding and technical appreciation that enhances both system reliability and operational effectiveness. Harrison observed with recognition that technology development benefited significantly from direct communication between innovators and personnel whose expertise determined whether advanced systems functioned properly during operational deployment. Dr. Reynolds acknowledged the value of regular facility visits and personnel interaction, understanding that maintenance personnel's technical expertise and operational experience provided essential feedback for continued technology improvement and system development that addressed real-world challenges and operational requirements. 6 months later, maintenance procedures for stealth aircraft had been refined based on Dr. Reynolds' consultations and technical feedback from personnel whose enhanced understanding of stealth technology had improved their ability to maintain systems and preserve operational capabilities that protected aircrew during reconnaissance missions. Staff Sergeant Torres had been promoted to Technical Sergeant with responsibilities for training new maintenance personnel about stealth technology and the importance of precision procedures that preserved aircraft capabilities and contributed to operational success during reconnaissance missions conducted in hostile environments where enemy air defenses represented constant threats. Master Sergeant Walsh had received additional technical training about stealth materials and electronic countermeasures, her enhanced expertise enabling more effective supervision of maintenance operations that preserved aircraft capabilities and ensured continued operational reliability during reconnaissance missions that provided critical intelligence for military planning. Technical Sergeant Kim had been selected for advanced training in stealth system integration, his enhanced understanding of navigation and electronic warfare systems contributing to improved calibration procedures that maintained aircraft operational effectiveness during reconnaissance missions conducted in complex electronic warfare environments. Dr. Catherine Reynolds continued her regular visits to operational facilities, her direct interaction with maintenance personnel ensuring that stealth technology development remained focused on operational requirements and personnel needs, while maintaining the strategic advantages that enabled reconnaissance operations without aircraft losses to enemy action. The civilian woman whose presence had initially seemed unremarkable had proven that extraordinary achievements and technical innovations could be found in unexpected places, demonstrating that recognition and respect transcended military rank and uniform when contributions to operational success and personnel safety warranted acknowledgement from those whose lives depended on the reliability and effectiveness of advanced technology.